caught me off guard. Cloud Foundry Foundation Technical Subcommittee for what is it? The 11th of July, 2023. This will be a reasonably quick one today on purpose. So we're going to review PRs, we'll do TOC chair selection, and then we'll talk about contributor docs, and then any other business. PRs, I think I saw some passing through, but I couldn't find them in the normal community board. So maybe they haven't been added or they were in a different repo. I think
there are 2 PRs at least from the CF on Kate's working group area regarding branch protection and some archiving. I mean, they look reasonable well. Could be merged.
A link in the document.
What do we have? Yep, we have. And there was one more. Too many browsers open.
Ooh, do we need a PR for updating the members of the TOC GitHub group?
There's a PR open.
Oh, okay.
I can put it also in the doc.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
By Eric. And yes, we need it. We should have thought about it.
Invites on it. I thought,
okay, it's a 642. It changes the members. If that one is merged, the branch automation does its duty and may throw you out unless you are in some other docs. You have admin rights, let's say.
I don't because I'm not part of any of the working group. But that's fine. I probably shouldn't be approving stuff at this point. I'm just here whilst we select a new chair. So yeah, 642 first. I probably shouldn't merge them either, thinking about it. Just here more to facilitate than anything.
Yep, it's the update on the YAML section for the TOC and also the documentation. I think content-wise, perfect.
Yep. Get approvals and then Stephan, if you don't mind merging it. Like I said, we shouldn't have my name against the merge.
I can do it, but there are approvals missing. I would not merge it before we have a quorum on it, right? This one at least. If there's one PR where we should have a quorum, it is this one.
Yeah.
Hello. I have approved.
Okay. Then we need Beyhan. And yep, I will also add.
Which one?
642. And I will also add Chris. But I need the GitHub handle because it's not yet included. Where is it? Oh.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, right? That PR needs to be approved by Chris, but Chris is not yet in the right group to have permissions to do it.
I cannot. Oh, Chris is not even in the org, so I cannot add you as a reviewer. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So
okay.
I guess I will.
So then I would say we take a verbal approval maybe here in this meeting. Then how do we do that?
It's really just any objections. If people are happy, we go ahead. Otherwise, just give everybody a chance to object to it.
Shit.
Nope. Let's go
Chris,
ahead.
can you look at this PR or is it yeah, it should be viewable for everybody. It shows basically the
Yep, I'm trying to do GitHub on a mobile phone is not exactly fun. Everybody knows it.
okay, I see. That's
I'm almost there. I just passed my MFA stage, so just give me a moment.
In theory, we have quorum, but in practice, like technology,
it would be nice if you look at
it's a bit difficult.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Amelia cannot, but if we merge it, then you will get also all the necessary access to the org, etc. That's then settled.
All right, it says it's approved, so refresh it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I see 4 approvals.
Yeah. Then
that's
I'm
everyone.
going to merge it.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, it's in. Then let's see if the org automation works, because those changes are not so much tested.
Yeah, it does take a while, don't they?
This is a code part that's only tested once a year, right?
once a year.
Well, yeah.
I do have test cases actually. So
We'll see.
let's see.
In the meantime, 636 up next.
Okay, that's archiving of Irene repositories. Tim McDoney, I guess he is from this working group.
I'll put the link in chat for you again, Chris.
Working group, let me check. Well, okay, formally there is the working group lead approval missing, I would say. So cannot merge it.
But is that not Giuseppe who did the commit? Or
right. Indirectly he has approved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed that one.
missing
I looked
yesterday.
only the list at the right. So okay, then
That's
I would say it's fine to merge.
yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, I will merge. And 632, which is a branch protection for CF on case. Again, from Giuseppe.
Yeah. Great, we have another working group.
Yeah, let's see if that works out. So
Is everything fine with app platforms, runtime platforms working group?
What do you mean?
I heard no complaints, let's say, like this.
Okay.
I think I checked that it worked and that at least a few, one repo that yeah, the branch was protected and that looked okay. So, so mechanics. Okay, we need one more.
Yeah, the thing is, he says that the exceptions might not make sense, right? When we haven't just merged that other PR.
Which the other, the 636, we just merged.
Yeah, we did. And he says in the description that the exceptions don't make sense if we merge that one.
That's what I wrote here, and they are removed. If we look in the files changed,
okay.
it's now just the config.
Yes.
So that's
okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Approved.
okay. Then we merge it as well. Good.
Yeah, that's ticked off. Any other PRs that people know about would like to talk about?
I thought there was an RFC out there, wasn't there?
Oh, there are many RFCs out there.
Yeah. Yes.
But
There was one regarding metrics and WOPs.
Yes,
Oh,
I saw that.
And RFC about the next steps in the obviously coordinated build text.
Yeah, the stack stuff, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Might that make more sense to continue with when things are back to normal operation once you've got a full
That makes sense.
full TOC with selected chair and whatnot?
So we have a conversation in the one about the packet to stacks integration of the Cloud Foundry. So it's still in discussion.
it's still in discussion. Yeah, I think nothing for today to approve or.
Yeah.
And I think the same as for the open telemetry collector. I mean, this one is pretty new, and yeah, the discussion here is probably then more between different working group leads if somebody has an issue. In general,
Great.
the direction for me sounds good.
Okay. If there's no other PRs, then we'll move on to TOC chair selection. So Beyhan has nominated himself. The rest of the TOC is open to accept that nomination or nominate themselves if they want to, or reject it, or however. So we'll just give a last chance for anybody to nominate themselves.
No, thank you.
Okay, then if the current TOC members would like to, I've lost the words I was looking for. That's not very helpful right now, is it? If they would like to signal approval for Beyhan to take over the TOC chair role, go ahead. We just need quorum.
I approve.
I approve.
Yep.
All good. Okay, so then Beyhan takes over just as of, well, effectively, I guess technically immediately, since I shouldn't really be here, but let me just put that down.
Thanks. Yeah.
And Beyhan, I'll catch up with you offline and just run you through all the
Yes.
any handover and questions and whatnot.
Yeah,
Okay,
and big thanks to Andy for taking, for leading the TOC in the last year.
Yes, quite all right.
Thank you.
And also for a little bit
Thanks.
of extra credit weeks just now. Well, the TSC.
No, not a problem. It's what, like half an hour a week. It's already in my diary anyway. Okay, contributor docs then. Ruben, you wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, so we have apparently a yearly review from the open source office within VMware, and all the projects are reviewed that VMware is contributing to, and they identified that like it's actually for newcomers quite difficult to find, I don't know, how to contribute to Cloud Foundry and which projects are part of Cloud Foundry, which, I mean, I told them that there aren't that many new contributors, but actually because we are a more mature project, but then when I thought more about it, it's actually not really true, right? I think over the last year, we have seen new people from, like, not from new companies, right? It's the existing companies, member companies, but like new people within these companies that are trying to find their way around how we're doing things. So maybe it would be nice to have like a better entry point on the main website where we explain how these different working groups work, and also like more clear guidelines on when things should be an RFC and when things should be discussed differently. I feel like there's some sort of like gap where people would like to discuss more roadmap type things before they are actually being worked on. And it's not always clear where these things are discussed. For example, on the foundational infrastructure working group, we have this convention where we're trying to talk about broader initiatives within our working group in a GitHub discussion on the main Bosch repo. And then if things are more overarching, like a stem cell change or stuff, then these things go through an RFC. But I don't know, a bit more clearer guidance on this stuff, but also like from a more, not so much from like an, not so much guidance, but more like documentation wise, right? So more of like that it reads like, if you're doing this and this, then like, I don't know, think of from it like from entering as a newcomer, finding this stuff from the main website and being able to discover these things naturally.
I can second the thought because I recently was involved in helping one new colleague that wants to start contributions and looking up all the different pages in the community repo, how to sign the CLA and what is required to become a contributor. The information exists, but it is well split around several RFCs and role documents, etc. It's not easy to, even knowing all the documents, it's not easy to have the right collection. So a getting started page or something like that would help, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Ram and I have been chatting about how we're planning an overhaul of the, cloudfounder.org website over the next couple of months. So yeah, happy to be involved with this. And yeah, I'm not sure where like, if we want the kind of, I suppose a page in GitHub is the most logical thing, and then we link to that on the website. But I wonder if we can make the, the community README is, I think, where a lot of people will land. So I don't know if that's where the kind of getting started thing should be, or if there should be just a top level getting started.md file in the community repo. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I think this is something that we should address.
Yeah, I would even like this to be like on the main website.
Sure.
Like so that we would like maybe, I don't know, go alter like a document with like lots of pointers to different RFCs and stuff, but like more written as a, I don't know, as documentation on the main website, and that like we try to make that like stay static by referring to other sources that might change or something. Be a bit smart about that, but
Right.
something that stays relevant for, I don't know, at least 1 or 2 years.
Sure. Yeah, I guess I don't know, Ruben, do you want to connect on this in a couple of weeks? And I'll be off next week, but just kind of walk through.
Yeah, I would love. Yeah, I would
this.
definitely like to be involved in
Okay.
the maybe other people, Stephan, maybe given that you also recently went through this, could also be involved if you are interested.
Yeah, why not? Would help. I just look up. It's gibt. We do have a contributing markdown file. Maybe a first good step is to enhance it a bit and then take this information there as a basis for this entry page. So
right,
could be. I think yeah, I think, but those we have like in all the repos, and those are more general.
Yeah, but the one in the community, it really starts about thank you for your interest in contributing to Cloud Foundry. So it sounds like the entry point, and
that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a starting point, even if we now here link to different RFCs, etc. I also think it's a good idea to have that somewhere really searchable on a main web page. That's a good idea, but maybe have here the long detailed version and a gist of it on the web page pointing to it. I don't know, but.
And I would say that having contributing.md files in individual repositories then gets kind of a mess, because then when they fall out of date,
Mm.
they've got, you know, hundreds of different files that need to be updated. So maybe protocol would just be to have a link to this one contributing.markdown file in the community repo.
I need to look into it, but I believe you can also do things at the org level, right? I thought we do that for the security notice as well. Or do we have copies of that everywhere?
But
There's like a special .github organization or repo that you can have in the organization for
Right.
global files.
Okay.
I think there are two things. First, we need the content, and then we need to advertise the content on different places. So I guess it's a good idea to have, let's say, or to define one file where we say this is, because we have to maintain it over time. And that's usually, if you split it on web pages and org levels, I know where this ends. I've seen too many docs that are just shitty.
So, but it makes sense. Like, so we should probably just create like a small, I don't know, temporary working group to address this, or it's not even a working group, but like a whatever, a group of people that kind of work on this. So
Open an issue and let's say start, I don't know, contributing to contributing.md, and then list the ideas.
That's good.
I will be also interested to. But starting with an issue, and we can discuss whether we need something additional channel or so.
Yes, since that was the path forward there. Let's move on then to any other business, unless anybody has anything more they want to talk about on docs. No? Okay. Any other business then? Anybody want to talk about anything that we haven't covered and would like to cover? No? Okie dokie. We will wrap up there for this week then. Beyhan will be your chair from next week. I will hand over with Beyhan asynchronously in private. Yeah, have a good TOC, everyone. Same time, same place next week.
Thank
See you all later.
See you.
Take care.
Awesome.
Bye bye.
Congrats.
Thank you.